Hello, hello. So this month has a number of themes. Two of them I really love. One is nutrition, the other one is Women's International Month. And so during the month of March, the Holistic Business Network will be featuring some of the amazing female members of night. Our first guest who will be speaking with us is Myrna. And you're going to get to know all about Myrna in just a few. I'm sure she'll be on here. Empower Wellness sent a request to be in your video. Let me add her in. So good evening, everyone who might be on here watching. I see a couple of people saying hi. Marche. Hi, Marche. Return to Spirit. Welcome, welcome, everyone. We're going to jump right into it.
Can you hear me, Michelle?
I can.
All right, great.
You sound good. We're going to jump right into it because I'm excited for you to be featured today. Myrna is my girl. Myrna and I have known each other for, over 6 or 7 years, I think.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's been a minute.
And she's a wealth of knowledge in what she does. And I'm going to just prompt her with questions where she gets to share what she does, because I end up I get very excited about what people do, and I'm very excited about what Myrna does. And then I end up telling you all the things, and I'm just like, no, I'm going to let her do it because she's the pro. Do you have feedback?
No.
Okay, good. I hear feedback, but if you don't hear it, that's good.
Okay.
So, Myrna,
Yes.
please tell us a little bit about what it is that you do.
Okay. Well, Myrna Laine-Hyppolite here. I am a financial wellness coach. I call myself a wealth strategist. And what I do is I work with powerhouse women, high-achieving women, to help them build wealth by investing in the stock market. Because I firmly believe that a lot of times we as women, and this is Women's International Month, right?
Mm-hmm.
We as women, we tend not to take advantage of that avenue to build wealth. And I've made it my mission and purpose to help women understand that this is a way for you to make money, make your money work hard for you, not have to work hard for your money.
I love it. And guys, one thing I will tell you about Myrna, she is so passionate about helping women create additional income that will work for us smarter. So, okay, so excited about this. So Myrna, share a little bit about your background. How did you become an expert in this area?
Okay, well, believe it or not, I have about 30 plus years of experience. I know I look young, but yes, I do have 30 years of experience. And essentially, I started off because I come from a Caribbean background. Let's back it up a little bit. Caribbean background. My parents are Haitian. I'm originally from Haiti. And my parents really believed in three key things. They taught me three key things that I call the trifecta of success. One, you got to work hard. Two, we got to make sure you go to school, go to college. Education is very important. And three, you go out there and you get that good job. So yeah, did I do all three things? Yes. So I consider myself successful. I worked hard. I went to a good Ivy League college, not once, but twice, got my master's and my undergraduate degree. Lastly, I have a good job. I consider myself, my day job, I'm chief financial officer for a network of about 90 charter schools. So I really checked off the boxes. So God bless my parents. I love them to death, but that's what they taught me. But did they teach me how to invest? No. Did I know how to save, where to put my money? What are the best ways? When I came out of undergrad, all I wanted to do was pay off my student loans and get that debt off of me and have it be paid off. Whereas I missed out on opportunities to invest potentially more in the stock market, invest in real estate, and invest in other areas that would have made my future self a lot better off. So what you don't know can actually hurt you. And so I had to learn the hard way, right? I became Susie Orman's best friend. She didn't even know she had me as a best friend. That's how much I had done so much research and got my securities licenses, became a financial advisor. I was also an equity research analyst working on Wall Street, the people that actually pour over balance sheet, income statements, and give recommendations to portfolio managers on what stocks to invest in. And so I went through that whole gamut, and I founded my company, Empower Financial Wellness, because I didn't want people to go through the same process, to learn it the hard way, and to have certain obstacles get in the way of them starting to invest.
Oh, oh my goodness. So that is so good, because I think so many of us were raised like you, right? Work hard, get that good job, but then we're never really told how to manage or how to invest the income we were creating. So I would love for you to share with us what that looks like. So I know I've taken some of your workshops, and the information you share in that short time is so powerful. Like you, Myrna is so good, guys. Walk us through, because I think that is like a lot of the hesitation for people really not knowing what that entails. So what are some of the things that you do to guide your clients?
Okay. Well, I think education is a big piece, right? Mm-hmm. So there are certain myths that exist when it comes to investing in the stock market that essentially get in the way. So number one myth is that people come to me and they say, well, Myrna, I need to be that analyst just like you are. I need to understand the balance sheet, the income statement, what's happening in order to make a move and invest in a company. And my argument to that is that no, you don't need to know all of those pieces. You can know the very basics and have the ability to generate more money for you, more money that's going to build generational wealth, more money that's going to give you options to do the things that you want to do. You don't have to be that person. I give the analogy of a car, right? You drive a car. Let's say you drive a car. You drive a car every day. You drive a car to go to the grocery store, to go to work. Do you understand the inner workings of that vehicle? Yes or no, Michelle?
No, ma'am.
No. I don't either. And I have no desire to learn about the inner workings of the vehicle. Thank you very much. That's what the dealership is for. So it's the same thing with the stock market, right? You don't have to know everything, but you have to know enough so that you know what you're investing in. So that's a myth. And I help my clients with that whole education process. Another myth is that people think that, oh, Myrna, I don't have enough money. I got to have thousands of dollars to invest. You don't. Your kids can invest with $5, $10, their allowance money, right? You can invest with as little as $5 a day. You know, you go to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, that coffee shop of your choice is going to cost you more than $5. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, hey, don't splurge on Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, or your coffee shop, but maybe you can take that $5, $7, $10 and invest it. And that's something that's going to keep on giving.
And I think that's a big part of why people don't, because you feel like you need to have so much money. You feel like you need to have like thousands of dollars to invest. And so your primary niche is helping to teach people how to invest in the stock market, right, Myrna?
Correct.
In the stock.
Correct.
So in most people's minds, they think they need to have so much money before they can even get started. So what you're saying, and you taught me this, is how little money people need to just get started.
Exactly.
That's
you can
powerful.
open an account with $0, a brokerage account. You need a brokerage account in order to invest. You can't just invest from, your bank account at Wells Fargo. You need a specific account in order to invest. And so you don't need a lot of money to really start that process. You can open it, have $0 minimum, and you can invest in companies. Let's say I only have $100 in Amazon shares. I want to buy a share of Amazon that's trading at $230. I only have $100. I can invest and just get $100 worth of Amazon stock, which gives me some ownership in that company. So people need to get over the hang up that it takes a lot of money to invest and get in there. There are a lot of different ways to actually get started.
That is so good. I hope for anyone watching, you got some nuggets already because I know when I took Myrna's workshop the first time, I was blown away by the information. I think I was kind of like put the stock market like at a far distance because I wasn't comfortable. I just didn't know anything about it. And so share with us, like, who are some of the clients that you have? I, I love how you share in the beginning, like high level women or business women, and maybe give us an example of how you've helped some get to where now they're comfortable doing what it is that you do.
Well, I tend to work with a lot of women who have very little to no experience investing in the stock market, right? They've probably maybe invested in a couple things because, hey, their job has a 401k and they're invested in something, but they don't necessarily really know the dynamics of the stock market. And so a lot of my clients are people who are new. They're not like people who've been investing for years. These are people who have not really been invested or, been invested, but very passively. So the example that I want to give is, I have a client, she's about 60 years old, right? Never invested a day in her life, but realized, hey, investing can help me. Investing can help the future generations. And investing can help my grandkids. And what you don't realize as women is that our lifespans are longer than we think. We tend to outlive, our male counterparts. And the average life expectancy of a woman in the United States is 81. So if you're 60, you live till 81, that's 21 years that your money could be working for you, which can change the landscape in terms of what you can leave behind for that next generation. Or if you decide not to leave it behind, make your life better, make your retirement better. Can mean the difference between you maybe having to go to work when you're 70 when you don't want to, and deciding, hey, I want to go sit by the beach and go to the beach today. And so I worked with this woman. She had no knowledge of investing whatsoever. And now she's investing on a regular basis because that is my objective when I work with you. That you come out of there and you make a commitment and you tell me, hey, Myrna, I'm going to invest $100 a month, and we put that $100 a month to work, or $2,000, $1,000, whatever it is. And so this 60-year-old woman had never invested. Then she became an investor, was making her own investment decisions. And as of the end of last year, her portfolio generated a return of about 20%. And so that was money that nobody's going to make that in a sleepy savings account. And had she not decided to take action, that would have never happened. And she's not the only one. I have other clients. So for example, I have another client. She worked in the banking industry for close to 20 years, but had never invested. She relied on financial advisors and she never really got in there. When she started to work with me, then she had an understanding of the stock market and began her own investments and making her own investment decisions, and didn't have to rely on her financial advisor, and was deciding that based on what her profile was, she could make her own decisions. And I have to be specific and say that you have to understand what your investor persona is. And what do I mean by that? I mean that it's just like food. So like certain people are vegan, some people like, a good old fashioned steak. Some people are allergic to seafood. It's the same thing when you're dealing with stock market investing. What I invest in may not be what you invest in, Michelle. Because if you tell me that you're going to take to the bed if the stock market goes down 10, 15%, and you're going to take it to the bed, and although you haven't sold anything, you're going to have a headache and you're going to be depressed, you can't be invested in what I'm invested in, because I know that I want to have options. I want my money to work hard, and I'm going to make that money work hard. So what I invest in, I can be more tolerant.
Oh my, listen, I see Alicia is saying, I am that 60-year-old lady. I am clueless when it comes to investing. Myrna, please leave us your contact info. Oh, yes. We're definitely going to have Myrna leave her info because I know you guys will be asking me for it if she doesn't. She's so good. So I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you and I'm hearing how you're sharing the results from your clients. And it's just like, wow, knowledge gives people freedom, the freedom to now make a decision on how they can proceed, and you're helping them with that. I think that's like so good. So good. And so one of the things I think a lot of us are very fearful of is the stock market. Even when people tell me, oh, I worked in New York at the stock market, I'm like, wow, like it's almost like in my mind, I think they have like a biochemist degree or something. But you're here. We have Myrna, guys, as our guide. So there's so many things that we just need a guide to get us to the destination that we want. And let me tell you, Myrna is that girl. She has been featured on so many different conferences, huge virtual events. Like, she is out here just helping to educate us women in how to better handle our money and how to make our money work for us. So I wrote some questions down because I didn't want to forget to ask you anything. What time is it? It's 8:19. Do you have any exciting things coming up soon?
Yes,
The
I'm
things
glad
that
that you asked, Michelle, because I do actually have an investing happy hour coming up next week on March 13th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And if you go to the link in my bio, the link tree, you'll find the registration link for that. And essentially what that is, you come with your glass of wine, your cup of tea, hot cocoa, whatever you want. You bring your drink of choice, and we go through for an hour, and we go through the basics of stock market investing, because sometimes it sounds like it's Mandarin, right? You like, what are these terms that are thrown around? It's not that complicated, people. And what I'm going to do during that 1 hour is break it down, because I have people leave my happy hour and actually start investing in one thing, because then they understand what their persona is, their investor persona is, and how they can move forward. And they move from not knowing anything to actually wanting to do something. And then some people leave wanting to know more, right? And wanting more support, and realizing that, hey, it's not as bad as I think it is. I can do this. And, I give you examples time and time again of people who have done it, people who started, women, because my marketplace really is women who have done it, who didn't really know, and who are now investors, and who are started to build, their own wealth in the stock market. And so I have the investing happy hour coming up on March 13th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It's a good time. I know, Michelle, if you want to talk about it, you actually were in one of those investing happy hours. So it's a fun time,
it
way
is
to
very
break
fun,
things down.
guys. You're going to learn a lot. Like, in an hour, you're going to be amazed. She walks you through the things that make you nervous. Like, how do I get started? Where do we do this? How do I get it done? Myrna walks you through it all. And she makes it so easy to understand. I learned a lot. Seriously, it was definitely worth the time. And she made it fun, which I think is important too, making it fun. So I'm excited you're having that. Is the 13th a Wednesday? What day is that?
It's a
A
Thursday. It's a
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh, so yeah, right after hump day, get on that. Happy hour. It's a good time, and you're going to learn a lot, and it's really going to open your eyes to so much more, like the potential of everything that she shares. Okay, that is so good. Anything else? Because Myrna is on big stages all the time. So that's why I'm asking. See where she's going to be.
Yes. And so I am offering to everybody listening tonight, a complimentary investing strategy call. You can also find that link in my bio on Empower Financial Wellness. And so, just hop on, book the call, see what, we can do to get you started on your investment journey. So that's complimentary. It doesn't cost you anything to hop on, and let's talk about what you're doing and where you are and where you want to go. Because part of my mission is empowering women so that they can make their goals happen. Part of wellness, and we're on the Holistic Business Network, and the reason that I'm a member of the Holistic Business Network is I believe in, financial wellness being that you have to have the money to do the things that you want to do in life, and achieving your goals and objectives is an important part of wellness and an important part of living the best life that you possibly can.
Amen to that. So I did not share, but Myrna actually was a part of the Holistic Business Network before we were even the Holistic Business Network. Our first,
I mean,
very first
OG,
event,
OG.
the original. She honestly is the original OG of HBN. Our first event that I was just like, I really want to help people learn about health and wellness in our community, and whether it's physical health and wellness, financial health and wellness, or mental health and wellness. And then she came and represented the financial health and wellness, and she has been with us ever since, and she's such a wealth of knowledge, and I'm just so grateful to have you a part of this. You are definitely a rockin' international woman of the month. Just so excited for all the things that you always share. She always brings the energy, guys. You could tell, when someone's living in their purpose, because every time Myrna speaks about financial wellness, she gets pumped. You hear how she gets fired up?
I
She's
do.
walking in her purpose. I love that. I love that about you. So we have people asking, how can they find you? I see Alicia says she's about to sign up and see you on Thursday for the happy hour.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
worth it. It's so good. How can people find you outside of Instagram, just in case? I know you said they can go to your link tree, but are you
Yes.
on Facebook or LinkedIn or even have a website? Share with us.
Yes. My website is Empower Financial Wellness, just like the Instagram handle.com. And I'm just going to be honest. I am not an Instagram girl. Although I'm on Instagram tonight, I am not an Instagram girl. So my Instagram will be very bare. Okay. I don't have a large presence on Instagram because I'm not on here. But if you go to LinkedIn under my name, if you go to Facebook under my name, you will see a lot of different information that can help you get familiar with who I am. Also, I also have a Facebook group that you can join, and it's in the link tree as well. It's a financial empowerment community for women. It's a free Facebook group. We're about almost 600 strong in there. And, in there I put different information, and you can also opt into my mailing list where I put out a newsletter every week, giving you different pieces of information about investing and what I'm doing.
Awesome. While you were talking, you ended at the perfect time. I was typing your name and the name of your business. So anyone who's looking will see that. But I know once the live is over, it then goes into like a regular post. But I will put her information on there too, so you guys can find it. Myrna, always a pleasure. You will always learn something financially from Myrna when you're talking to her. She wants to help us grow our money, guys. Who out here is helping us grow our money? If anything, inflation and all the things that have been happening have been taking from our money. So this is the time. This is the time. So thank you so much, Myrna. This was so good. I mean,
Good. I always tell people that the best time to invest in the stock market was actually yesterday.
Mhm.
And since we can't go back to yesterday, today you can make a decision to get started, to start your investment journey, and to change things, right? Because I always think of investing as the gift that keeps on giving. So if somebody gives you a car, it depreciates in value. They give you a piece of jewelry, that's there. But if you invest in the stock market, that's something that you can do that can grow your money over time.
Yes. And I think that's one of the other misconceptions, is that people have a fear of the stock market, that you're going to lose money. But it takes that, consistent time of investing to see it really grow. So
You have to
Myrna,
invest in the right things, right? If you
mhm.
go and without knowledge, without background, your Uncle Joey tells you about a hot tip, and you go put all your money in the hot tip, and you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you could potentially lose your money. But if you have a strategy that's looking at strong companies that are there for the long haul, that have good management, that have good leadership, and that have a good business model, then that protects your money.
There you go. So if you want to learn how to make smart investments and more, you will be joining Myrna next Thursday, or scheduling a consultation so that she can guide you on all the things. So thank you so much, Myrna, for being our first conversation for Women's International Month and being an amazing member of the Holistic Business Network, actually the original gangster of the Holistic
OG,
Business Network.
yes, OG.
Yes.
Thanks for having me, Michelle. Always like talking to you.
Oh, thank you. So have a great evening and happy Women's International Month. You rock.
All right, thanks. Same to you.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
guys. Thank you for joining, everyone.